Hey guys, welcome back for another video with Fiat Destroyer. I'm excited to share my pickups today. These things that I picked up at a local coin shop. Actually not too local, I have to drive quite a ways to get there, but it is definitely worth the drive. And obviously, as you can see, we've got some gold. We're going to be getting into that in a second. But let's see what else we got. And guys, again, this is not just a whole lot of silver or metal accumulated. But of course, when you throw gold into the mix, well, it destroys Fiat pretty fast before you get a whole lot of metal. And we've got some interesting things here. So how about we go from the least interesting to the most interesting. So here, guys, is a generic ounce of silver, and it's extremely shiny. So I'm going to try really hard not to reveal my face and have to cut this out of the video. I've had a lot of face reveals recently where I have to cut them out, and then I'll leave in some partial face reveals for you guys to look at. But this looks like the Liberty $10 scandal thing I think that went on. I'm not sure exactly what I'm talking about, but some of you guys know. And it does have a date, so that's pretty cool. And this is a generic ounce of silver, in case I didn't mention that. But yeah, this Liberty Lobby thing, 1985. So I think on the real ones you would find this portrait would look a little bit different. This is kind of cool. It has the Liberty in the headdress there, and I believe this is a copy of the portrait that you would find on the Liberty nickels, which preceded the Buffalo nickels. And then, oh, it actually has a coin flip, so we'll flip it here, and there we got one silver eagle, 1 ounce guaranteed, 3 nines fine. So this is a nice ounce of silver as far as like its content and all that. But you know, I just chose it as something to add to the mix. Had a certain amount of Fiat that I wanted to destroy at this shop, and I got that accomplished. So I actually went there looking to get a vintage bar of silver, something that Silver Bean Counter would totally be drooling over, and unfortunately it had been sold. So I settled for these other things. Now I got this, and I got these poured silver eagle heads. So I think one of these is actually a little bit nicer than the other one. Okay, this one has some ripples, but it's got some like doubling in the 3 nines fine stamp. So kind of an error bar. And I have no idea who did these, so if anybody recognizes this and knows who did it, please comment down below. Let me know. I would love to at least get in touch with them and tell them I found some of their silver in a coin shop. That would be really cool. But anyway, guys, so we've got this nice cutout of an eagle's head here, and it's pretty nice. This one here actually has a little bit more of the beak in it, as you can probably see there, but I don't know. I've thought about antiquing these, but I'll probably just throw them into my poured silver chest. I have a chest where I keep poured silver, and they'll go pretty well in there. And it looks kind of small, especially compared to like a big round like this, but it's also an ounce of silver, so that's pretty neat. And yeah, got it for definitely a good price. I don't have to worry about keeping them in the bags. I don't know why some of these shops have to throw everything into its own little bag, but that's okay. I guess I won't run out of little bags then. So anyway, there we go. Just another nice look here at these eagles. Let me bring them in a little closer for you guys. Yeah, kind of varying there. Not the same. It's the thing with poured silver. They're all unique and such. And here I'll give you a better look at the backside there. The reverse, if you will. Alright guys, so that is that. So 3 ounces of silver, and then nearly a 1/4 ounce of gold. So this is an 1890 British gold sovereign. If you're not familiar with that, there you go. You get a look at that. The gold sovereign is a common gold coin. It's a common gold bullion piece. They've been around for literally centuries, and they're very well known. They do have an odd weight. It is 0.2354. He has the 4 missing here, but so some shops might only use 3 decimals, but so nearly a 1/4 ounce of gold. You can kind of think of them as a 1/4 ounce of gold. but not quite a quarter ounce, obviously. And they are 90% pure, so that means that there's 0.2354 actual ounces of gold, but the gold coin itself is 90% pure, so there's some other metals also. And I have a few gold sovereigns, but this one is the first with this design, with this monarch. I believe it's called Jubilee. See, it says Victoria on the front. I don't know my British monarchs that well, but I do know and recognize as the face is on my coins. So that is the first one of this one. Actually, you know what's going to happen, right? We're just got to bust this out. There we go. Oh, yeah. No need to keep it in the flip. Now we can get a nicer look here. As you can see, it is definitely worn some, so that's kind of the price you have to pay with an older coin. But I have compared the weights on some of these things, and they don't really, it doesn't make that much difference as far as actual weight goes in grams and such like. I have checked that with a scale, but I do really like this reverse design of St. George slaying the dragon. I guess it's St. George, I think it is. Some kind of George anyway. Yeah, anyhow, so that's really cool. And another thing special, guys, I gotta mention this. This actually completes one of my 2020 stacking goals. So if you haven't seen it, maybe I'll remember to add a card in the video here. Up here you can click this button and you can see my 2020 stacking goals and strategy video. And in that video I talk about some specific goals I make and some strategies that I will use for stacking in 2020. Of course, I made that video in the beginning of January, and 2020 has taken some strange turns, some drastic turns that we could not foresee, so I had to change some of my strategy for sure, and you will probably recognize that if you watch my channel faithfully. But one of my goals was to stack 2 British Gold Sovereigns, and this is the second one. I got one, and then I got a half, so I thought I could get another half and call that good. But I just kind of got that half as an oddball deal, and now I've got 2 full sovereigns stacked for this year, so that is great. And for this and the silver, I got very good prices, so that was also a very positive part of this little stacking experience. Now, of course, since this is gold, we get to update my 100 pieces of gold challenge. And look at that, I've got another paper filled up here. So looks like we're going to be going over to this side here pretty soon. But this is going to be piece number 54. So let's get my actual gold pen fired up here. So 54. And I did the math on my phone. We're not going to leave the 7 ounce range yet, but we're going to be adding that weight on there. Alright guys, so the updated weight now brings us up to almost 7.5 ounces of gold. So that is pretty cool. In fact, we are less than 1/20th of an ounce away from having 7.5 ounces of gold. And I don't watch the ounces that closely. I think it's just kind of fun. But we are aiming to get up to 100 pieces of gold. So yes, it's going to take a while. I'm thinking that I will hope to finish this goal next year, but it's just hard to tell. You know, if gold takes a moonshot, then that may really change some things. So we will see for sure. And it also depends on the circumstances. You know, if I happen to have a great deal on a 1 ounce gold coin, then I might have to go for that. Or if I have a great deal on a bunch of 1/10 or 1/20th ounces, I will go for that. In these times, you've got to go with the deals, especially when they fit into your stacking strategy, and that can have a big play in how fast I can get the 100 pieces. So guys, that's going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed watching. I always love adding gold, getting in on that 100 pieces of gold challenge, and poured silver is always fun, really nice, and then cheap silver, which this was cheap silver too. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember to keep on stacking the silver and the gold. And definitely keep on destroying that Fiat.